Okay, here's my spinner. Same size. So I made this spinner. See, I bought a spinner that had a little thin handle sticking up, little black knobs on it. The damn handle's bent because they're real small. So I took the damn thing, cut all that crap off. I drilled and tapped it. Put 7/16 bolts in here. These are coupler nuts. The bolt just goes through the coupler nut, tightens down into this, so you get a nice handle now. It's got a lot of weight to it, so when you spin it keeps going and hits you and it hurts too. So it's lasted for years. So yes, that screw definitely got tension on it. Yep, nice and tight. That means it ain't gonna be loose. There, that bottomed out right there. Takes a little effort to do it, but I'd rather have it tight than have the thing loose. There it goes. Down here where it actually wears, it's looser. Getting looser. Pretty good right here. That's where you normally are at, so it's worn in pretty good down there. Yeah, that's pretty loose there, so. Yep, down there it's loose. So if I tighten it up right here, it'll get tighter on this side. Definitely pretty good. So I might tighten that screw up a little more. You get way out here, see it gets tight way out here. The way you move it, use it down here is pretty good. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm going to put this back half together. Okay, I think we're done with the grease for now. The problem with grease is that it lets chips and dirt in, because there's nothing keeping the chips from going into it on the back side here. See, there's no seal or anything on there, no wiper. So the chips are free to go in there and lubricate the threads with junk. Or oil or water. If you had a water system on this, everything would be full of water in there, rust and crap. They could put like a felt on there with a little retainer, and the felt would kind of wipe on the thread a little bit, but that'd be for high-end vices, not this piece of crap. Okay, now we're going to this other side. So first thing to do is easy is to put the vice jaw right in here. So we got two vice jaws here. I'm assuming they're the same. Don't know which one's which. Don't know if there's a difference at all in them. Didn't mark them. Not a big fan of marking stuff. Okay, so let's take a look at them. They look like they're identical. Appear to be the same. Holes line up perfectly, so they're the same. Okay, so it just comes down to which one you want to have more wear on it. This one has some wear right here on it. This one here is nice clean. I'm going to put the cleaner one against the jaw that you indicate on, because this is where you indicate your vise in. This here is your crimp one. So this was obviously was on this side before. It's all worn more. See all the wear marks in here and stuff like that. So we'll put this on this side over here. Now these aren't interchangeable. You can go like this because they have recesses in here. So you want to make sure they're nice and clean and no burrs on anything. Seems to be pretty good. Short set screws. kind of in the middle. Now this has to be beat down to make sure it's all the way down with a lead hammer. Then we'll do our final torquing on this thing. For now it's pretty close. I kind of centered it in between the holes, so it's kind of in the middle. You want to make sure you line these things up side to side. And you put an indicator on them, make sure they're exactly the same on both sides if you can. If not, you cut them because you want to be able to indicate off these ends to do measurements, stuff like that. That matters. Okay, here's our key. Let's see, that's the dirtiest spot, so that probably goes down. Okay, got our block right here. Key goes right in here, obviously. Feels a little rough. Just take a little honing stone here and knock off any high spots. Sharp. Okay, I don't know if you can see the high spots in their reflection, but just knocked off any burrs that would have been on there. Probably could have done that with this one too, but I didn't. Oh well. It's hard to get good help. Okay. So they had these extra holes in here they put in here. And they have set screws in, so I assume they had something they screwed down on top of here. Or something. Figure out what the hell they got going on here. So it looks like this can go on either direction, but it is wider on one side than the other. So it's thinner on this side, it looks like, and the bolt holes are on this far side, so it goes in like this, which puts those holes close to the vise, which is how it was. What a shocker. So that goes on there like that. This jaw here will go on like this, right there. Let's go ahead and put this together like this first, get better access. These are pretty simple vices. They're not that hard to figure out. So the rebuilding effort is not high. Now you go in there and fine tune these surfaces and sand on them, machine them, and get them where they're really even. So when this goes back and forth, this has the same drag all the way, but you have to do a little sanding to do that. It takes a little practice to do that kind of stuff, but it's all stuff that can be done. Okay, now we got these big long ass Allens. I assume that's what holds this in. Let's go ahead and lay this over the edge over here. Should be a hole down here somewhere to go up through. Yeah, found some chips. Okay. We have almost no end play on the jaw itself, so when you put it down, it's down. Yeah, I don't feel any end play actually at all on it. So it's pretty precision. It's good. There's a hole at. There's a hole. Okay, now we take this. Back it up a little bit. Okay, now we got to tighten up more than this, so now I'm going to flip this thing up on in so I can tighten it. Getting heavier. Definitely feel that in my shoulder. Oh yeah, definitely feel it in my shoulder. A little more leverage on it here. Ooh. Okay, that's pretty tight. Don't know what recommended torque is, but I'm sure I'm exceeding it. Definitely feeling mushy.